Friends, there has always been a question on how long the fossil fuels is going to last, or how long the fossil fuel is going to play a significant role in the energy mix, in the nation's energy mix, or the global scenario. A lot of things come in the news that the fossil fuel demand is going to crash like anything. Earlier, there used to be a lot of news in the air that the reserves of the fossil fuels are going to end very soon. Actually, the future of fossil fuel is a very complex issue with contrasting forces to play. Definitely, there are many factors which pushes a good amount of decline in the usage of fossil fuels. The most important being the climatic concerns. As we all know, the burning of fossil fuel is the primary contributor to the carbon dioxide emissions or the greenhouse gas emissions, which affects the global warming. Growing international efforts to curb the usage of fossil fuels is likely to push a transition towards a decline in the usage of fossil fuels in future. The other important factor is the growth we can see now in the renewable energy sector. Energy sources like solar and wind, etc., are getting increasingly becoming more and more cost competitive. Government incentives, along with technological advancements, are expected to accelerate this shift. And of course, as we told, the third important factor is the depletion of resources of the fossil fuels. But then, is it all really true? Various reports and research studies actually points out a fact that the transition pace is pretty slow, not up to the expectations. So, the complete transition from fossil fuels to alternate sources of energy is something far, far away. So, definitely the transition is not as rapid as it was expected to be, especially the developing countries with growing energy requirements. They tend to rely more and more on fossil fuels for a longer period to come. Then comes the cost factor. Again, the technological advancements and the incentives are not really good enough to make the other source of energy so very cost effective as compared to the fossil fuels. The upfront cost for the renewable energy infrastructure is pretty high even today. It can be expected that the fossil fuel will still remain more cost effective in many regions. Then comes to the industrial applications, whether the renewable energy or the other source of energy can penetrate into all sorts of applications. Certain industrial processes, it's going to be really difficult. Actually, one can see from what's going on now and also from the projections of various study reports which is available. As compared to coal and oil, natural gas, which is also a fossil fuel, the natural gas usage is going to go up. Of course, natural gas produces fewer emissions as compared to oil and coal, but still, definitely a renewable energy source is much, much better. So, natural gas is called a bridge fuel. That means during the transition, a total transition from fossil fuels to a renewable source of energy or some other source of energy, natural gas is going to play an important role during the intermittent period as a bridge fuel. One more important fact is that there are a lot of advancements happening nowadays in the carbon capture technology. When fossil fuel is used for burning or for producing power, etc., the carbon dioxide produced can be captured in this new technology. Of course, the commercial viability and the scalability and all are big question marks. A lot of further developments have to happen. But then, if that happens, that's going to be a great relief to the greenhouse gas emissions when we are using fossil fuels. There are a lot of challenges, for developing solar energy, wind energy, etc. from the point of view of requirement of huge amount of land requirement, the intermittency factor of sunlight, and of course the cost reduction. So all these things, a lot of technological advancement have yet to happen. Similarly, there could be some growth in the nuclear power. Nuclear power may take some significant role in the future, slightly replacing the fossil fuels. But then there are a lot of safety concerns. high upfront costs and the waste disposal problem, nuclear waste disposal problems, hell of a lot of problems with respect to nuclear power development also. But still, that's also going on parallelly. Of course, there are various other sources of energy like biomass, hydrogen fuel, all these things. A lot of developmental studies are going on, but then still some disruptive technology, the game-changing technology is yet to evolve. While going through the reports or the projection reports of various expert agencies, there are many expert agencies available who try to do the projections, future projections of various demand supply scenario of fossil fuels and other energy mix. If you look at India in particular, oil holds almost 25% of the total energy mix as of today, whereas coal is almost 50 to 60 percentage, the highest percentage of energy mix factor. So coal followed by oil together contributes almost 75 to 80% of the total energy mix in India today, whereas nuclear power is hardly about 2% or so, renewable energy may be around 4 to 5%, the hydroelectric power may be again around 4 to 5% as on date. When you're going to touch 2040, gradually this energy mix is going to undergo some change as per the projections of these expert agencies. They're only projecting a minor reduction of oil in the energy mix even in 2040. Maybe from the present level of 25%, it is going to go down to around 22%. That's all. Natural gas contribution from the present around 5%, it is going to grow to about 8%. The coal dependency as on date around 50 to 60% is going to go down to around 45%. So there is a gradual reduction in the coal dependency. Slight increase in nuclear power from 2% to 3% in 2040. This is going to be a very good jump in the renewable energy from around 4 to 5% as on date to around 15 to 16% in 2040. It's a good jump, but then still even in 2040, the renewable energy is going to hold only around 15%. Projections, again, we don't know how far this is going to come true. There could be huge changes which can happen, as I said, if some game-changing or a totally disruptive technology evolves. As we say, there are different agencies who do the projections, but the target or the expectations from various other agencies is to bring down the total dependency of fossil fuels from 85% today to at least 60% in 2040. Question of how long the fossil fuel is going to last, as per again various study reports available, we are pretty comfortable till the year 2060 or even beyond that. Then there are more and more findings of new and new reserves, especially in some of the African countries and various other countries, which is going to come up. So, this fossil fuels can still last maybe more than 100 years. Biofuels, methanol, etc. are a good replacement for maybe petrol and diesel and things like that, for direct replacement. Some technological advancement, a big technological advancement in this front can, really do a big change. Hydrogen fuel cell holds a very good potential. Again, a lot of technological advancement has to happen with regards to the infrastructure required, the storage problems, the storage challenges, the handling challenges, and the cost of production. So let's conclude by saying that overall, the future of fossil fuels in the energy mix is on the decline. However, the pace and the extent of this decline will definitely depend on various factors, including technological advancements, government policies, and global commitment to address the climate changes. If you like my video, please like it and share it. Thank you.